is going on here? Okay, there we go. Alright. Looks like things are working cool. Okay. So, that might help. That might help a lot. Alright. So, and I need to change my sound settings. Always one. Nope. Okay. So, mute. There we go. Okay. Sorry. Still a lot of little glitches that I need to work out. But, yeah. I'm not all there because wisdom tooth. Yes, you can see me. Indeed, you can. So, right now I'm sitting at my desk, just for full disclosure. I'll set that up so you can see my face a little easier. Right now I'm sitting at my desk, just for full disclosure, but in a minute I'm going to start moving over to my couch because I spent a whole bunch of time this morning setting up my PC to go to our 4K TV so I can play PC games on that and still get all my monitors running. But it's not a perfectly smooth system because I still need to keep Streamlabs running here on my desktop. So I may get up back and forth. I may be getting up a little bit if I need to do any sound balancing or anything. But I will be taking my camera over to my couch in a moment, and my PC and my couch are literally like right next to each other. So there's just going to be a few little things going on. So I am going to do that right about now, and I'm going to close out my YouTube studio as soon as I can locate my mouse. There we go. And I do have the stream up and running on my laptop, which is set up on the table in front of the couch. So give me one moment. All right. So I'll be carrying this with me, and I may or may not trip over the blasted thing. We will see. And I will have to adjust it, obviously. Obviously, I never said that this was a perfect system because it's not a perfect system. But, you know, it works. But it's worth it as far as I'm concerned because 4K TVs are cool. And getting something up and running in full, true 4K is definitely worthwhile. Nope, I have figured out just to go around the other side so I don't trip over all the things, which would otherwise be a very bad thing. Anyway. Hello Grace, hello Dan, hello Tommy. I don't know who else is watching. I posted it in a whole bunch of Discord servers, so who knows who may join, and it will be cool. Where the frick did that wrench come from? I don't know, maybe I set you as a moderator on my stream, Tommy. I don't know, seemed like a good thing to do, and I'm just trying to, there we go, fix my camera wire a bit. There we go. See how things work. There is a window right next to me, so we will see. And I am a fool in many ways, so I'm going to have to get up again in a second. So, yeah. Okay. I will be back in a second. Like, you will see me again in a second because I'm silly and I forgot to start up the game. I'm still recovering from wisdom tooth removal. That is my excuse. So, 1 second. And this is where the sound balancing might come in. But we will see. And hopefully this will pop up all nice and good. And I am going to turn down my headphones a little bit. Okay. Hello, Tango. All right. My cat just wandered on into the room because she's cute. I decided to go all out because I'm crazy like that. I'm going to turn this down just a touch more. I think I can handle it for at least a couple hours, Dan. Anyway, first of all, how is the sound balancing? While I adjust my camera a bit here, just to elevate it up a little more. Moderator inception. Yes, moderator inception. We will go with that. Anyway, so first of all, Dan, I think I can handle it for at least a while. Keep in mind what it is that I'm playing. Anyway, so before I do this, first of all, how is the sound, the music versus my voice? If it's not good, I'll have to get up again and rebalance in Streamlabs. But before I do that, audio seems fine. Cool. Good. Okay, before I do that, though, story time! Why Spyro? Why Spyro? Well, 1998 is obviously the year that Spyro first came out. And yes, I do need to tell this story, because why not? 1998, Spyro came out. I start seeing all the commercials. They're cute, and it's like, that's a cool dragon, and that game looks cool. We did not have a PlayStation at the time. We only had a Sega Genesis. But as soon as I started to see commercials, I was like, I want this game. So, game audio is a touch quiet. Okay, I might actually have to turn that up later. We'll see when I get into the game. Anyway, so 11-year-old me starts saving up money for this little Spyro the Dragon game in about, I don't know, fall, late summer, 1998. So I start saving up for it, but we don't even have a PlayStation. Well, then Christmas rolls around, and my brother and I, we get a PlayStation for Christmas, so hooray. So that's cool. But we didn't get Spyro with it. I think the only game that we actually got with it was Final Fantasy VII. So, but at the time, I still hadn't. I am playing on PC. So at the time, I did not have enough money saved up for. I'll address that question in a second, Dan. I did not have enough money saved up, but I got Christmas money, and I did the math in my head, and I was like, I have enough to buy this game now. We have a PlayStation! Because we got a PlayStation for Christmas. And then, not only that, though, it was a PlayStation, it came with a demo disc. And one of the games that was on the demo discs was Spyro. I believe it was the first homeworld, and one of the levels that goes with it. But, day after Christmas, we go out to the mall, and I got this. I have had this disc since December 26th, 1998. This disc has followed me from where I grew up in Pennsylvania, to where I moved in Pennsylvania for a year, to where I lived in New York for a summer to do a term of AmeriCorps service, to central Massachusetts where I did more AmeriCorps service, and then to where I live now. So this disc has followed me literally everywhere. And, you know, here's the disc itself, okay? It still plays. Last I knew, it still plays. The only problem is one little bottom bits of the jewel case came off, but it's all still there. I've still got the manual in pretty good shape. But yeah, this disc has followed me literally everywhere. This is also the first game I ever bought with my own money. So, this game has a lot of emotional attachment to me. But, you know, just for note, here's the second game, which I got a year later. Also same thing, here's the disc, here's the manual, still plays great, and of course, here's the third game. Also, just, you know, these games have followed me everywhere. Fast forward to 2016, when the Crash Trilogy remake gets an announcement, and obviously the first thing is, that everybody asks is, wait a minute, does that mean there's gonna be a Spyro remake? And then obviously, 2018 rolls around, PAX 2018, and they officially announce a Spyro Reignited trilogy, and that was probably the most excited I have ever been for a video game in years, was to see these games make a comeback. I'm going to see if elevating my camera is worth it at all. There we go. We'll see. Okay, so anyway, this is the Reignited trilogy. This is on PC, and Dan, the reason for it is so that I can get true 4K, which my GPU is able to handle. And it is buggy, but only if you set the frame rate up super duper high, which I'm not going to do. I have already, you know, I'll just show you what my graphics settings are. I have it up at full screen because that's kind of what I prefer, 4K resolution. I'm going to set it at 60 because 60 60 frames, it can sometimes work, but I may bump it down to 30. We'll see what happens. And otherwise, also it's going to depend on what frame rates I get with my graphics settings, which I have everything set up super high, except for a couple of things that I just don't particularly care for. Why did I did not mean to turn off my anti-aliasing. So bloom. There we go. Yeah, we'll set bloom high. I want my anti-aliasing high. Everything else is high. And that should just about do it. Uh-oh. There we go. Something's not working here. What? Uh-oh. My triangle button seems not to be working. And there are a couple of things. Oh, maybe it's because I didn't actually change anything, now that I look at it. Okay. Yeah, so these are my graphics settings. I've got everything set high. Okay. Well, hopefully they'll... There we go. Okay. Okay, yeah. Sanity checking to see if my triangle button wasn't working. Anyway, so I'm going to start at the beginning. I'm going to start with the first game. And I'm just going to shut up. I do not like motion blur. I do not like motion blur very much at all. The nice thing is I can reset all of these in game, so that's the nice thing. But yes, I am playing in 4K. You're only able to watch in 720p. Sorry. But I'm going to start with the first game, and I'm going to shut up now during the first scene for what passes for plot. Remember, 90s platformer, the plot is nothing more than a framing device.
Okay, rolling.
It's been peaceful here in the Five Worlds, or is it 6? For a dragon's age, we now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000?
What about this Ganasty Ganok character? Now, I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Nork is a simple creature. Simple? He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the
Spyro's a
Dragon
plot.
Kingdom. No threat? Besides, he is ugly. Ugly? That does it!
Huh? Looks like I've got some things to do.
Okay, I might need to turn up the game audio before I actually get started. That's fine. I'll turn it up a bit. 1 second. I will turn that up a bit, which will require getting up again. Okay, hopefully that will be better. Okay, hopefully that'll be a little better. Anyway, so, when I first played this as a kid, 1998, it drops you right here. This was just like, oh my gosh, what is going on here? Oh, my mouse is still just kind of stuck there. Why are you doing that? There we go. Okay, get rid of that. Anyway. And, of course, reliving this the first time I booted up this game, I really wish that I could, you know, re-experience this for the first time again. But anyway, whatever. We're gonna do this. How's the game audio now?
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the Artisan world, then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Nork? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
I cannot see a single jaggy edge on that 4K. Alright, but my frame rate is not at 60. Like it's not running at 60. I have a frame rate counter up in the corner. Just so I can see. You can't see it, but that's okay. So I may end up just bumping that down to 30 anyway. You know what? I'm just going to do that. And I always forget. There we go. There we go. Okay. Won't even bother. Okay. So, This is what it all looks like. I'll send you an email. Doesn't seem like the game audio is any higher at all. Really. Alright, let me go bump it up a little bit then. Dan, give me a sec. Sorry, book references. Yeah, I'll check Tommy's server later. Alright, okay. How is that for game audio? While I proceed to go do things. So, I have played this game about 1,000,000 times, so I know where literally everything is, and how to get everything. That doesn't mean I won't miss things as I go through, though. But I am just going for 100%. I'm not going for no deaths or speedruns or anything right now. I am not up to that. I'm just up to play all nice and chill. But, honestly, after playing this a lot... Okay, is it a little louder? Good. Anyway. Having played this a lot, I am honestly going to say that visually, the remake Reignited trilogy is probably at this point my second favorite game from a visual standpoint.
Where's Nasty Nork? I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro. You have much to learn first. Do you know
I'm going to use the
Dragonfly
dragons to catch
following
up
you is
on
doing?
chat and stuff.
His name is Sparks. He's helping and protecting
That's
you.
about how I feel,
Keep an eye
Spyro. It's
on
just
him.
bleh.
See what I mean?
Alright. Fair enough. Please don't get up more resting. Speedruns. Okay, as long as it's better. Just as long as you can hear the audio and hear me. Because I'm only getting the game audio. So, you know. Alright. So, here's the key mechanic of Spyro. You can glide. And there are skill points too. I forgot about those. No, actually, no, I didn't. Okay, frame rate's holding at a stable 30.
Cool flash. Do that again.
The artisan's boss is through a portal in the dragon mouth, but you are not yet ready, Spyro.
Please don't get up
you
anymore.
must complete
Too late,
one of
Dan.
the
Too late.
other artisan lands.
Way too late, Dan. Alright. Yeah, if I didn't say it, my favorite game visually is still Okami, and I don't see that changing, but I love the aesthetic of this game, because it definitely maintains the spirit of the Insomniac original, but it gives it a really nice reskin, and it's just really appealing. It's very cartoony and all that stuff, and it's going to age. It's going to age super well.
If you prove your worth by rescuing 10, then you may use this.
Yeah, rescue 10 dragons, blah 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 blah. Alright. But anyway, the way the game works is you've got homeworlds. There's a total of 6 of them. Why am I going this way? You have a total of 6 of them, and your levels are in these little portals here. I will be going into some of those, but not yet. Because the homeworlds all have their own stuff.
Hey, Spyro, press the jump button twice to glide. And don't be afraid.
Afraid of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks? Plummeting into prehistoric glaciers?
Oh, that.
Alright. There we go. Yeah, sometimes I may just randomly fall quiet because, well, I'm still not all with it. Get out of here. There we go. Alright. So you got gems down here. Yeah. This... I really don't know how to describe this game. Like, I wouldn't call it, like... I wouldn't call it my absolute favorite game, but it is definitely a favorite. I would easily name Spyro 1 as one of my top 5 games ever. Even though I would consider the second and third game probably to be better, if you can really say something is objectively better, but I just have such an emotional connection to this particular game. I always forget that for some reason the D-pad does not work. Okay, I'm gonna go do a level. Hooray. So each of these homeworlds has 3 levels in it. So I'm gonna go do one. And all of the levels got a huge overhaul from the originals. Ah, you guys are chatting so much I can't keep up. Oh, it'll load. Okay. Alright. Let me try and catch up on chat. Oh yeah, this game is extremely 90s, Tommy. It is ridiculously 90s. It's amazingly 90s, honestly. But you know, that's just the way it is, because you know, 1998 is when it came out. So. All your Furbies, Tommy. All right. So this level is designed for like one thing. This level is designed to teach you what attacks you can do against which enemies in this game. So, this big guy, and I'm an idiot, this big guy, I can't charge him, he's too big. These guys, I can't flame, they have armor, but I can charge them. That's all this level exists for, is to teach you that. But, watch this purple dragon boy.
Oh, it's you. I wasn't sure if you'd escape those annoying little creatures. Of course they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Their metal armor is fireproof, but a charge attack will take care of them.
They wait until the end of this level to give you the dragon that tells you, oh yeah, here's how you deal with big enemies. Because I don't know. I'm going to take a second and I'm going to just double check my graphics settings. So I'm at 30. Alright, VSync on. That's fine. Synchronizes frame rate, monitor refresh rate. Okay, motion blur. Yeah, I don't really care for motion blur on VignetNet. Graphics quality custom. SSR. Yeah, seems okay. I'm just keeping an eye on my frame rate. I at least want to maintain 30 frames. Oh yeah. So, Dan mentioned isn't the PC version of Spyro buggy. Yes, it is. In the sense that some of the physics start bugging out if you set the frame rate over 30 or over 60 in particular. It seems that some of the physics were hard-coded to the frame rate since this was originally just going to be console game. So, So when they ported it to PC, they did not entirely unlock that, and to my knowledge, it remains unfixed. So the game still bugs out horrifically. The physics bug out horrifically. If you set the frame rate at above 30. Even at 60, Spyro jumps slightly lower than at 30, so, But I still get true 4K, and it really, from my end at least, it looks amazing. And with the anti-alias, and since my GPU has enough horsepower, with the anti-aliasing and everything, this is a smooth image that I got going on here. I hope it just looks as good decent for all of you on YouTube. Oh, right, I have a key now, so, you know. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna get up one more time, because I set my camera on the wrong side of the corner, so. It's covering up the fact that I have a key. So, at the next load screen, I'm gonna get up again and set my camera on the other side, because I'm a dummy. Right, and the way you heal yourself in this game is you kill tiny animals so that they release butterflies that Sparks eats. Because that's how that works. Uh-oh, I might be missing a gem somewhere. Am I missing? Yes, I'm missing a gem somewhere. Alright.
Big enemies like the dwarf with the
The logic...
cannot be charged,
I'll wait until...
but a quick flame, that should defeat them.
Okay. The logic behind why Spyro can't fly is because he's still too young. Even though there are flying stages later in the game... Alright, so I am missing one gem. The nice thing is, in the Reignited trilogy... So, in the second game of the original trilogy, they introduced a mechanic in which Sparks could point at the nearest gem. There it is, perfect. Sparks! There you go, okay. They introduced a mechanic and you can point Sparks at the nearest game. In the Reignite, in Spyro 2, he just had it. In Spyro 3, you had to earn it, which was annoying, but in this trilogy, Sparks just has it in all 3 games, and it's really, really nice. And I'm going to take a second, and I'm going to move my camera and maybe set up the thing just a little bit. So I will be back again. Okay. Let's see here. Alright, hopefully that'll take. Perfect. Okay, cool. Okay, there we go. Wow. Okay. Now I need to find my way out of here. Okay. By the way, so when you kill enemies, they release gems, which are one of the collectibles. After you kill them, the first time, they release these little, I'll call them soul globes. But you collect enough of them, and you get an extra life. Anyway, I'm gonna go do this stage. I'm trying to keep an eye on chat on my laptop, so, you know. I did set the game volume up a tad as well, so I hope maybe that will help. Alright. Okay. I think this stage was the one that I had in the demo. But there are goats. And more goats. And dragon.
When you free a dragon or step on one of their platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
Of course Spyro never runs into trouble. And I'll just fail epically on that. There we go. Grab all the goodies in here. Yeah, the gems don't really serve much of a purpose. They're just kind of an extra collectible. But they're kind of used to sort of signpost where to go. So they're useful in that respect. But in the second and third games, I cannot grammar, the gems actually do serve a much more clear purpose. If you can't tell, we somehow are sillier than you. Yes, you are sillier than me.
Thingamajigger. It'll take you back to the artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya!
If I was speedrunning this, I would be skipping all the dragons, by the way. So, that's the thing. By the way, hidden area! It's easy to miss. I said I know where everything is in this game, and yet I still find it amazingly playable. There we go. Now you should be able to see that I actually have a key. Hooray! Since my camera is not covering it up this time. Alright, that brings you back up there. And here's what I do with the key. Whee! Here's what I do with the key. And there's a dragon down here too.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong. Like me.
Sure.
Back in the original game, all of the dragons were basically... They had a couple of models for each group of dragons, and they just reskinned them. Or, well, kind of reskinned and recolored them slightly, but they all kind of looked the same. In this game, in the Reignited trilogy, all of the dragons look different from each other. Like, you can still see some common themes between each type of dragon, but they all look different. And again, that's just one of those nice little touches that is like, yay! This area, this field that I'm in right now, by the way, is one of the first areas that they showed off, gameplay-wise. And when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, I love every second of this. I love everything about this, and I need it in my life right now. I don't remember exactly when that was. It would have been sometime between PAX East and PAX East 2018 and this game's release in November of 2018. Did I get everything out down here? I think I got everything down here. Okay, and we'll just go up here. Okay. So we got dragon up here. We'll teach you obvious things.
Spyro, my friend, how about a hint on gliding?
You bet.
For the longest glide, press the jump button at the top of your jump. And try pressing the action button to drop down mid-flight.
I don't know if you should be scared. I have no idea. Alright. Alright. By the way, you might have heard this little laughing noise. This little guy going yeah, 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 at me. It's this jerk over here. And I hate him. And he has a dragon egg, and I'm going to charge into him and make him give me the dragon egg. Because he's annoying. But it might take some time. There we go. Mine. There we go. Alright. So now I can just continue exploring around up here. And there are things up here because it's Collectathon. There's always things in random places. I got that. And there's what's over here in this castle, and that should be everything. Oh, and I think, what? A little bit of gaming history, gaming tech history. I think this was one of the first games to have fully panoramic skyboxes, like the original Spyro, I mean, to have fully panoramic skyboxes. And also, the developers behind the game, Insomniac, they're same studio known for Ratchet and Clank, and they also did the Spider-Man game that came out a couple years ago for PS4. They developed the original tech that allowed... That should be everything. Cool. They developed the original tech that allowed, like, if you're standing near an object, its full polygons are rendered. But what it would do is so that you could see long distances in the game, it would render fewer polygons in objects that are further away. So that they did this so that with the limited power of the PlayStation 1, they could still show the whole level, which in a game like this is really important because these levels are huge for the standards of the time. Like with some very, very long draw distances. So they developed some tech to work around that limitation. And last stage in this homeworld. Let's see, this stage... Let's see. Wait, what? Dragons? Yes, dragons. How many times have I played this game? Between Reignited and the original, Dan, I don't even know. And I know I'm rubbing my eyes. It's because I'm on pain meds and stuff. I'm going to do one thing real quick. I just want to check my... Okay, cool. I just wanted to remember what the skill point was for this game, because I am going for all skill points, too. But yeah, I don't know how many times I've played this game. Like, a lot. I've played this game. It is a happy comfort game for me. It is just a happy comfort game for me.
Welcome to Town Square, Spyro. Begin exploring by gliding to that area with the bulls. Use the right stick to get a good look.
Yeah. You guys are funny. So I want to stick the bulls, which means I want to just charge them and they get stuck in the ground. So I'm just going to leave a trail of bulls behind me that are stuck in the ground so that I get a skill point because reasons. Skill points, by the way. I'll just go and show those again real quick. So skill points are just like random little tasks that you can do. Obviously, they've since really largely just been they've since been replaced largely by in-game trophies and everything. But they did these skill points. They introduced these in the second game, and they were in the third game, and they carried them over into the Ratchet and Clank games. So in this game, but in Reignited, the original Spyro 1 did not have any skill points, so they added some in. None of these are particularly hard, but
Thanks,
they're there.
I have the worst itch on the tip of my wing.
Turn that up a little
Did
bit.
you know
There we
that
go.
you get your longest glide
Want to see me
by
100%
pressing the
Spyro.
jump
Want to see me do it
button
again. Yeah,
at the
close
very
enough.
top of your jump?
Okay. Oh, Tommy, that's good. I'm glad you got your day off back. There we go. So I just need to be careful that I don't flame any of the bulls right now, so... Okay. By the way, there's one of those little jerks right up there. I will get him. There was a little bit of a controversy that some people were really, really angry about how they changed the sound for the laughing sound for those guys. I think the new sound is just fine. There's still one more bull, and he's up there, so still no skill point. Get out of here. And dragon.
Spyro,
Checking in various discords and all that.
And he's stolen a dragon egg. You've got to track him down and get that egg. Run, run! I'm getting a little winded.
Yeah, go ahead and make lunch, Dan. That's okay. And I know that you had to leave around 3 or so. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to last all the way until 3. I'm hoping I'll be able to last until, like an hour or so. Anyway, here's how I get this thief. I glide around a wall. This thief can also be a real pain. There we go. That's the strategy that I found that works best, is letting him get to the end and then flaming him when he tries to jump over the edge. So now I have the egg. There we go. Okay. I'm pretty sure, by the way, given that your main collectible in the third game is dragon eggs, I'm reasonably sure that they weren't necessarily planning on this game being as successful as it was. Before this game got released, there we go, Insomniac released, before they developed this game, Insomniac created the game Disruptor, which was pretty much a Doom clone. It didn't do that great. I'll shut up for a sec.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. You can always check your progress by accessing the guidebook through the pause menu.
Anyway, so Disruptor came out and it was not all that super successful. And then they released Spyro the Dragon, which turned out to be extremely successful. And now I'm going to do something that just must happen. I have to do this. I must do this every time. In fact, I'm going to do it again. Oh, nope, never mind, okay. And that's going to be a level complete. Okay, I'll put these guys out of their misery, too. Alright. Sweet. And our doorbell is suddenly ringing. Okay. Yeah, the early dragons are very much a tutorial. Our doorbell is ringing, so I am actually going to go and get that. Okay, sorry about that. Turns out it is our contractor, and we are getting a new microwave installed. So that's cool. I don't know what noise levels are going to be like while they do that, but they're here. So I am glad that I went and let those gentlemen in so that they can help out with that. Okay. Okay. Anyway. Hopefully my microphone will filter out any power tools that they may use. So, but we've been needing a new microwave, so it is what it is. Okay, anyway, I am going to go find the bossy guy. He is over here. And then I'll do one other thing before I completely forget. But bossy guy first. Anyway, I might actually die here, not because of the boss, but because of one of the just random enemies that's in this game, who's amazingly annoying. Yes, I did remember to ride the spinny thing. I always remember to ride the spinny thing. I'm thinking of maybe turning the bloom down a notch. Alright, anyway, whatever. By the way, skybox. Okay, I'm gonna turn around. Okay, so shepherds, no big deal. See those dogs? Those dogs are jerks. I hate them. They take 2 hits, which is why they're annoying. No other enemy takes 2 hits. At least, well, not who's not a boss that I can think of. And they are annoying. They follow your movements, which is what makes them annoying, which actually makes this little thing here that worked great in the original absolutely useless. So I find it easier to just run away from them. No. Get out of here. Ah! Yeah, see, you got me. Other thing is that there's no fodder in the boss levels up until the second to the last one, I don't think. So any damage that I take sticks. Nope. Get out of here. Fortunately. Nope. See, yep. Sometimes I also just miss when I try to flame them. Get out of here. Ugh. Rats. Alright, that might be a problem. Yeah, see, these dogs are annoying. Right, I'm gonna go this way, because there's another set of dogs over here that is amazingly annoying. Get out of here. There we go. 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 Okay. Okay, I've still got 2 hit points. Yeah, by the way, Sparks' color indicates my health. Green means I have 2 more hit points, because if I get hit again... that's the second game where I did that, Dan.
Nork has put one of his most devious henchmen in charge of the artisan world.
Bring him on. I think I smell a barbecue.
Be careful, Spyro. Toasty has many tricks up his sleeve.
Yes, yes, he does. Okay. Actually, he really doesn't. He just has a whole bunch of those dogs! Yeah, if I have to criticize one thing about this game, it is that the bosses are just really bad. They are not very good at all. Fortunately, in the second and third game, the bosses are so much better. But here, they're very boring at best. They at least have full levels attached to them, but the bosses are just not very good. And it's my biggest problem with the game, is bosses, not very good. Nope, that's the second game with the friendly dancing starfish, and I will probably kill a friendly dancing starfish. And that should be 100% of this level. Yep. I'm sure you are, Dan. I am sure you are. Alright. So that is Artisan's World almost complete. Hello, Tango. Look out. Alright, get back to full life. So, there's a dragon in a later stage who tells you the secret, but I'm not going to wait for him. I'm just going to do it. So, every single stage has a boss level, every single stage has 3 regular levels, every single stage also has a flight level. And that's what I'm gonna do now. It's because it's fun. It's fun. Alright, so, flight stage. You can do these however you like. I tend to like to start this one off with these, because these are kind of out of the way and annoying. But you basically just collect, destroy whatever 8 of a given item within a given time limit. Whee! Alright. I kind of like these stages. They kind of break up the pace of the game a bit, which is nice. Alright, so I'm eventually going to wait for the last of the trains to come by. If I just do a round, taking down these planes. And there's the last train. Get out of here. I can grab the last plane. I know how to do these stages. Hopefully I can do it without messing up. Alright. And then there's a whole bunch of arches to fly through, which is just going to be nothing. So. But that's really all the flight stages are for in this game. The second and third game do have flight stages, but they're fleshed out a lot more. They still have the whole collect all the items, but the second game flight stages also have a hidden challenge, and the third game has a hidden challenge plus a race. So they just keep on fleshing these out as the games proceed. There we go. First try. Because it's fun. Also because when you have the super flame and flame the starfish, it goes flying, and it's really funny and adorable. So, that's just, Anyway, okay. So, Artisan's World is done, I believe. I'm going to double check my gut. Let's try hitting the right button, but I'm going to double check the gut. Yep, that is everything. So, on to the next world. Yeah, that first home world does not take me long to get through. When you know this, so yeah, this game is not very long at all, especially if you know exactly what to do. This game is not long at all, but if you don't know exactly what to do, figuring everything out. It was evil. Aren't I allowed to be evil every once in a while? Come on. Please, let me be evil occasionally.
Welcome to Peacekeepers. Look how our treasure has been stolen and turned against us.
Come here, kitty. Over here.
Recover our treasure, Spyro.
Collect treasure. Got it.
Come on, Tango. I apologize if you can hear any— what? Little jerk. I apologize if you can hear any of the, power tools in the kitchen, but that's just the way it is right now. Hopefully they're being filtered out. Alright, anyway. So here's a fun thing that you can do. Here's a fun thing. Relax, Tango. It's okay. Yeah, you can do that. It's fun. Oh, I should check my skill points. Peacekeep. Okay, so scare the Norks into tents. Okay. So, yeah, I might turn the bloom down a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna try turning down the bloom a little bit. I think it's almost making things too bright. Provides a glowing effect to bright areas of the game. Yeah. Okay, let me try medium bloom and see if that kind of softens things a little bit. Okay. Anyway, so these guys go away into your tents. Fortunately, they kept this aspect of the game. So he's gonna be all scared. I turn away, he moons me, and I flame him. There we go. So now I just need to scare 3 more of them in, and I will have a skill point. There we go. Alright. You have to show off the Nork mooning. Because why not? Nope. Dragon. Oh, who's Tango? Tango is my cat.
Hey, Spyro. Sparks the Dragonfly has been doing a good job protecting you. Make sure to keep him strong by feeding him
Come here,
lots
sweetie.
of butterflies.
Come here, sweetie. Or are you just gonna sit over there?
Well, magic crafters, maybe if you find.
So I have to find more treasure, and I can go to the next world. But I'm not going to do that yet, because one of the nice things about this game, although some people have mixed feelings about this, is that there is no backtracking in this world. You can 100% everything your first time through. Some people don't like— okie dokie then. Some people don't like that. I personally really love it. But that's not the case in the second and third game. You do need to, you do have to backtrack, to get through 2 and 3. But I kind of like, this one. I think one of the things I love most about this game is the fact that it is so simple. It really is just straight up beauty and simplicity. I almost walked off the cliff there. It's beauty and simplicity. It knows exactly what it's trying to be. It knows exactly what it's trying to do. And that's about it. It doesn't need to do anything else besides that. Okay, and there's the wild flight. You know what I'm going to do? Alright. Bunnies. Dan, I'm killing bunnies. See the bunny? Blame the bunny. I'm cruel. I'm being cruel again. And I got a key. And an egg. In the opposite order of what I said.
Well done, Spyro. Keep up the good work, and I know you'll fulfill your destiny.
Destiny? I just want to kick some.
Just toast those enemies and collect the treasure.
And the dialogue is pretty much word for word what it was in the original. Some little additions and edits here and there, but it's pretty much the same. Okay, that looks good. Don't kill the bunny. Yes, kill the bunnies. They give me delicious butterflies. And I need those sometimes. Yeah, that's not everything, because there's still some things that are over here. Hello. Cool, thank you. Oh, alright, I will be right back so I can lock the doors behind the contractors. Sweetie. That was really scary. Okay. Thank you. Sorry about that. Needed to just get a quick update from the contractors and lock the door behind them. So, but we now have a new microwave. Hooray. And I see the gem I'm missing right in my view. Boom. Or a gem that I'm missing. Okay. Oh, right. I know what the last ones are that I'm missing. Should be right down here. I am going to do that stage last. Also, one little bug is sometimes Sparks will not collect the gems that he should be collecting. But whatever. Sometimes he's just a jerk like that. Anyway. To the stage. Let me see. What do we have going on here in chat? While I was gone. Show you the rabbit murder on your Minecraft server. I will not inquire. I don't know, and I'm not so sure I want to know, so. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Stage. I'll do this again just because I can. Whee! Okay, that's enough of that. Cool. Okay. Bunnies. Food. I'm just thinking of other oh yeah. So, the music. Tommy, if you didn't know this sounds like the kind of thing that you might appreciate. The composer of the original music in the original game was done by Stuart Copeland, who is the drummer for the 80s rock band The Police. He did the original compositions. The music that you're hearing right now is the remix versions, but I should show you an option that is in this game. So they had somebody at the dev studio for Reignited, which is Toys for Bob, and for those of you who don't know, they are the Skylanders developers. I'm just going to try something real quick. I just want to see what happens. Yeah. Okay. But here's a cool sound option, okay? So you have music settings. So the music is reignited, is the reignited music, we'll say, which is the remixes. And apparently Stuart Copeland was able to provide his original mixes to Toys for Bob. But somebody went and kind of remixed them. You have reignited and you have dynamic on or off. The dynamic simply means the music changes depending on what you're doing. If you turn it off, it kind of stays at its baseline. But you also have the choice of setting the original. So I'm going to just play with the original for a little bit. So this is the original Stuart Copeland mix. So I'm going to let that play for a little bit.
What? Huh? Oh. Thank you for releasing me, Spyro.
But it's just, I typically play with the remixes, just because I kind of like, they're modernized, touched up, and all that. But I am very glad that the originals exist. Sorry, Dan, I'm going to have to kill a bunny so I can get my health back. But I'm really glad that it has the option to play the original music mixes. But yeah, so I'm just I'll play this stage with the original music mix, and then I'm gonna switch it back on. But yeah, the original music was done by Stuart Copeland of the Police, and he did all 3 Insomniac games. For the 3rd game, he did the soundtrack with someone else whose name is escaping me right now. Sorry. And I'm gonna shut up.
Rewards good gliders. You are a good glider, eh, Spyro?
I was born to glide.
90s. Sometimes the dialogue is super corny. Anyway. And my train of thought is gone. Something about the music. Right. So I'm just gonna keep playing this with the original, and eventually I'll switch it back to the remix. But it's just a another neat option to have. And this was a big question that people were asking when they started really kind of marketing the game. Is we've got these nice new reignited soundtracks. Are we going to be able to play with the originals? Because people really love the originals. So All right, I'm going to switch it back to the reignited. And I tend to like the dynamic music. I just think it's cool. So anyway. Okay. So here's what we do here. I said I know how to get literally everything in this game. I know every single secret. Like, every single one, and that goes for all 3 games. So this is how you get over here. Spyro, what are you doing?
Incredible glide, Spyro. I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head. Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty.
I think I've had rabbit once before in my life. Okay, and now I have the key, but I haven't found a chest yet. That's where we're gonna go. We're gonna go to the kind of little hidden area of this level, which isn't really all that hidden, but that's not the point. So, go. Go. Yes, you're going to spin your bird at me, because I'm totally scared of your bird. Flat. Dragon.
Is that you, Spyro?
I don't see how Tommy is being mean.
Ever since you were a wee puff of smoke.
I'm failing to see how Tommy is being I'm failing to see how Tommy is being mean right now. Anyway. Oh yeah, so here's a little bit of the dynamic music. I'm just gonna hang around in here for a minute. So it's kind of quiet. I go outside, picks up a little bit, and there's a vulture on my head. That was really dumb. Okay, anyway. And be careful not to run down the cliff myself. Yeah, I'm sorry that I keep on kind of adjusting things, so, but that's just what we're doing. I'm just trying to see if there, oh, there we go, okay. Just trying to see if there's any little differences here. Okay, yeah, that might be easier to see if I can find like a standing flame or something. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, all my graphics, by the way, are set to the highest, and I think at 4K what matters most is having the anti-aliasing up as high as it is. Okay, there's this little thing down here. Whee! Sorry, Dan, in advance. I'm gonna probably have to kill another bunny at some point because Sparks is blue and I like him to be yellow. Oh, let's not miss those. Fireworks. All the fireworks. Ah! And I'll just fail the platform. Right. And there's my locked chest that you glide to. Whee! Lock chest. Oh, hey, that one just kind of destroyed the other. Cool. Okay. So you might notice, by the way, that there's more total gems. There's 400 in this level. Starting in the next homeworld, I get the highest gem total counts. It caps out at 500, except for the bonus stage. And I think that should be complete level. I'll only do that to you once. Only once, Dan. I'm nice. I am nice like that, otherwise. Alright, okay, let's get out of here. However, I still need to find a bunny. Come here, bunny. There's one. There we go. And, oh, get out of here. There we go. There we go. You three are amusing me. You three are very much amusing me. Nice but evil. I guess we'll go with that. Alright. Yeah, so, for those of you who don't know, dang it, for those of you who don't know, this game is on everything. It is on every platform. It originally came out on PS4 and Xbox, and then in September of last year they ported it to PC and Switch, and I was quite excited. So yes, I own 3 copies of Spyro Reignited. I have it on PS4, I have it on Switch, and I have it on PC. I'm not kidding, I've bought this game multiple times, and I'm not ashamed of that at all. But I'm not gonna hide it. I absolutely, totally, completely recommend this game, like, for everybody. It's just really good. It modernizes a classic. Actually, I should show you this. Options, controls. So we have control scheme. So I'm using a PS4 controller, so it's detecting that it's a PS4 controller. Anyway, the cool thing is you can actually, it has two control schemes. It has reignited controls, which are modernized, and it has retro controls, where it makes some slight tweaks. With what's the big? I'm trying to figure out even what the biggest tweak is. Okay. So the biggest tweak is with the retro controls. R2 and L2 rotate the camera along with the right thumbstick. Obviously, that's not really what you would do. You generally don't use these to rotate the camera, but that's how you had to do it on the original PlayStation controller, because you couldn't rotate with the right stick for some reason, and I should be turning it this way so you can actually see. I use the reignited controls because I kind of like being able to do stuff like that, and also I can use R2, the R trigger, will make Spyro flame, which I tend not to do very much, just because flame to circle is so ingrained into my muscle memory at this point. It's ridiculous. Like, I cannot make myself, it's hard to retrain myself to use right trigger to flame. Oh, that's fine, Grace. And I have another egg. Kitty, what are you doing? Come on. Come on up here, sweetie.
How's a dragon supposed to flame metal armor anyway?
Remember, Spyro, flame won't work on metal, but charging with your horns, that should do the
Can you
trick.
come up here? Uh-oh. You might see my kitty on camera. Come on, Tango. Hello. Hello. And she's going to walk across my lap. You will see her. And then she's going to stick her tail up my nose. Yes, Tango. Hello, Tango. Okay, you're going to walk away now. See ya. She did not hang around long, but... Yep, there she is. On your camera. Obviously there's a little bit of a stream delay. Grace is gonna miss seeing Tango, but that's okay. Okay, yeah. Tango appearing completely threw me off in terms of where I am. That's how not there I am right now. Oh, there's also something I should do that I haven't done yet because I'm stupid. That's not even related to the game, but I should, like, text people and say, we have a microwave now, hooray! Alright, so, anyway. This is a box. It does not have a lock. I will be doing something else to open that box in a little bit. Alright. By the way, every single one of these pots has a gem in it. If I am missing a gem at the end of this level, it's probably a gem that is stuck in a pot, because that's how this works. Are you gonna come back, Tango? Because you certainly are acting like you will. While this dragon runs, I am going to text all my housemates real quick and say we have a new microwave.
What's on the other side of that river?
Why don't you glide there and find out?
So give me 1 sec. There we go. Okay. Anyway, this stage is why you needed to be able to see really, really far in the original. And one little mechanic, you can see the gems sparkling. In the original PS1 game, you could not... I just glanced at chat. You could not actually see the gems. Here you can. But you can see the sparkle. And seeing the sparkle would basically say, come this way. So I'm going to glide across. Yes, you got to see my cat. She was super cute, I hope. Even though she just kind of jumped up and walked across my lap, and that was about it. I don't stop her from doing such things. She loves me. I am her person. I am her human. She owns me. Her name is Tango. I post pictures of her on Discord so you can actually see her face. Because it didn't, you didn't get a great view of her on camera, but you know she exists. You know that she is real. She is real flesh and blood kitty. And she is adorable, and I love her. Am I missing anything? Yes, I'm missing a gem that is over here somewhere. There it is. Cool. Okay. And yes, if you're watching the camera closely, you can probably still tell I'm a little bit slack-jawed and quite potentially swollen over on the right side of my face.
the highest point in Clifftown. You can get to almost anywhere from here. If I were you, I'd use that whirlwind over there.
And now whirlwind is going to appear that will help me get around, and it's very helpful. But first things first, secret. And you can get behind your starting area. Boom. And there's a purple gem. Purple gems. Oh yeah. So the gems. The gems, if you have not noticed, are color-coded by value. The red gems are the least valuable, worth only 1. Green gems are worth 2. You have blue gems that are worth 5. You have yellow gems that are worth 10. And you have purple gems that are worth 25. So that's the gem system, basically. And again, the gems are just kind of like signpost collectibles. They also actually kind of help to keep the pace of the game going, because they act as something to collect in between the dragons, which are the main collectibles. So it's just kind of to be like, you're always collecting something, is kind of the whole point. And it's just satisfying to be like, I have money! Right. Why would I want to use rat poison and a swirly of death? This is how I opened that last chest, by the way. It is a firework that goes over there and makes it explode. There's a couple of chests like these throughout the game. Uh-oh, looks like I'm missing a gem. I am missing a gem. Crud. Oh, okay. I see it. I can see it from here. But I need to... So this is the other place where Spyro gets a tad tedious, is if you're missing a gem and you have to backtrack to find the bloody thing. There we go. Okay. Oh, okay then. And gem. Okay. That should be 100%. Cool. What time is it? Alright, 2:30. I think I've got it in me to do the last level at least. There we go. So there's one more level in this homeworld, and yeah, this is... I'm not paying attention because I was looking at chat. I'm going to do the last level of this homeworld at the very least, which is cool because I really like this level. This is a cool level. Down here. Sure. This level is cool. I love the design of it. I love the music of it. It's just cool. Kitty. Why is your laptop determined to give you heart attacks? That doesn't really sound so good. Okay. So now I'm in an ice cavern level because reasons. I really love this level. It's just cool. First of all, look at that skybox. It's pretty. Alright, anyway. To the level. Also just has really cool music. And enemies that are on skis, and your fodder is bats. So you don't need to worry anymore, Dan. I'm not going to be killing bunnies for health. No more bunny killing for health.
A word of caution, little one. Wait until you grow big, like me, before charging those large enemies.
Okay, I will not charge large enemies. I think that's probably like the 3rd time I've been told that this game. Alright, yes, the dragons are very tutorial-ish. They get less and less tutorial-ish as you advance in the game. There he is. As I said, if I was speedrunning the game, I would just skip them, but since I'm not speedrunning them, and since I assume that most of you here have not played Spyro, I will just let them play, and that's fine. And it gives me a short respite anyway. So let's get this dragon.
Spyro, some big Norks up ahead are wearing armor. And in the ice cave, armor can make their feet very slippery.
Alright. Cool. I almost messed that up. Almost messed that up, too. Alright, so. Lock chest. And key. So I'm gonna have to backtrack to get up to that chest, but that's fine with me. Playing the level in reverse.
Thank you for releasing me.
Sure, tutorial-ish. That is the language spoken by tutorial characters. We could just call it tutorial-ish if we really wanted to, but I don't know. Okay. Playing the level in reverse. Hey! Get out of here. Also, I really gotta say, I think after I'm done with the stream, I'm gonna leave the game running for a bit so that I can just do some side-by-side comparisons on the PS4 version. Oh, well, that didn't really do much of anything. There we go. Okay. That's better. You will see me backtrack through the entire level one more time to get one last secret. What am I doing? There we go. Hello, adventurer. Press X to jump. Yeah, something like that. And by the way, there are rumors of a new Spyro game in the works, especially since a new Crash game has officially been announced. So, kind of like how when the Crash Insane trilogy came out, everybody was like, what about Spyro? So now, same cycle is happening, as everybody's like, what about Spyro? If there's a new Crash game coming out. I would love there to be a new Spyro game like this. Well, I'll shut up for a second.
Freeing me, Spyro. And now, where was I?
Anyway, get out here. Alright. So Insomniac was the original developers of Spyro. They dropped the franchise after 3 games to start on the Ratchet and Clank games. And Spyro then did get passed off to other studios and kind of floundered for a while. Spyro Enter the Dragonfly came out in 2002, I think, and was an absolute train wreck, mostly because of being rushed, more than because of it actually just being a bad idea or anything. It was all just because they completely rushed the game. So it's very incomplete, it's very glitchy. It could have been good, but it just wasn't given the time that it needed, especially since it was the studio's first game. Why you would give a big franchise to a studio that has no experience, I don't know, but that's what Universal did. There were some Game Boy Advance games that were isometric view that were okay, but the platforming gameplay didn't exactly translate well to an isometric get out of here to an isometric view. So that was the thing. We'll get to Skylanders, Tommy.
You've done well, Spyro. Some dragons thought you
So
weren't ready.
a whole bunch of other games came out.
They were wrong.
I'm ready, all right. Ready for what?
There we go. A whole bunch of other games came out. Honestly, the only one that I would say that came out that was decent was Hero's Tale, which was not awesome, but it was solid. It was good. It just didn't do very well because of Enter the Dragonfly and all the legacy stuff there. And then you had, isometric platformers, oh no, yeah. And then you had the Legend of Spyro games. By the way, see those? I'm going to grab those. But this requires backtracking through the level, so I can yak my face off. Anyway, so the Legend of Spyro games were decent enough, but they were completely different from the originals. They were much more kind of action RPG-ish than platformers. First game was alright. Second game was not very good, mostly because of poor execution and just such horrific stun locking that the enemies could do to you that it just did not work out well. I might also be biased against that game because I got it at the same time that I got Okami, which I absolutely adore. So I remember playing Legend of Spyro, the second Legend of Spyro game first, because I got them at the same time for Christmas. And then I played Okami, and I knew immediately which one I liked more. It was Okami, if you're not sure. So anyway. Let me think. So yeah, and then Skylanders happened, and they just plastered Spyro's name all over Skylanders for marketing purposes more than anything else. And then Skylanders became less and less about Spyro and more about whatever random stuff. And then Skylanders kind of started to drop off a bit. And then Spyro went silent, and then along comes Reignited, which has kind of put a spark back into the franchise, which is really nice. So that's just a quick story of Spyro. I have not played every Spyro game. I have not played the only... Let me think. I'm going to do the flight stage, but I just want to think. I have not played a couple... I've not played a couple of the Game Boy Advance games. And I never did play Shadow Legacy on DS. And I've not played... I played the first Skylanders game, and it was alright. But, Also, that's a good question, Grace, about age and YouTube. Oh, I'm here. Yeah. Okay, anyway. I'm going to do the flight stage. Now that I'm done talking. And I might end it after this stage. I don't know. Maybe I'll go for the boss. I don't know. Hopefully I don't mess this up super bad. This flight stage, I think, is a touch harder than the first one. Honestly, yeah, the flight stages do get reasonably challenging. The third one, in the next homeworld, is actually fairly tough. The fourth one has a couple of tough spots, and the fifth one just kind of has a bizarre layout that can actually be kind of hard to grapple with at times. So I may actually have to try a couple of the flight stages more than once, believe it or not. Hopefully this one I can get on first run. Because this one's got a much tighter time limit than the first one. Yeah, I think I'll probably end up doing the boss, and then probably call it there. And don't worry, I'll be able to get it. And boom, there. Done. That's my husband. That's my husband. We have a new microwave now. I hope you saw my Hangouts text. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, it might help if I quit out of this, which I forget to do. I got distracted. Alright. Yeah, I'll go do the boss now. Yeah, he kind of helped me set this up and stuff, especially with the wiring and getting stuff into the 4K TV. Speaking of which, when you do get back from the car and stuff, you will need to see... You will need to see what this whole thing looks like. Give him a little thanks. He helped me set it up. Oh yeah, that's right. I always forget about that. This game's skybox includes a solar eclipse because why not? It's really pretty. Also this, you know what, I just thought of something. Skill points. Oh, okay, well there are no skill points for any of the stages in this homeworld except for this, the homeworld and the boss, so that's cool. Yes, they do run themselves off the cliffs, because why not? I'm just going to let them do that. I don't know why they do that, they just do that. Sure, I'll just fail to grab the gem, sure. Alright. There we go. I think the original name for those enemies is the Big Mama. At least that's what I remember calling them as a kid, but I swear I remember seeing that in like a strategy guide that I might still have sitting on a shelf somewhere. It keeps me occupied while I deal with tooth pain. Purple gem. Oh yeah, I remember when I first started playing this game on PC, I set it to unlimited frame rate. Uncapped and I think VSync off, and that glide that I just did to get to that platform over there, that glide took me so many tries because of the frame rate and physics glitches. And that was a pain.
Shep thinks he's so cool. You don't know what it's been like listening to him over and over. But I tell you one thing, he should watch his back.
Okay, dude. Okay. Go. I might... The funny thing with this boss is I'm so used to the original's telegraphs for his attacks that I still will just mess things up on him. But there's a skill point for getting through this without for defeating him without taking damage. That's the skill point for most of the bosses. Yay, first try. Usually it takes me two because I'm so not used to the animation telegraphs. So they're just a little different from the original, but whatever. Okay, yeah. Okay. I have my key, so I can open that. Random Friday work tasks. You didn't seem thrilled about your random Friday work tasks. There we go. And that should be it. So I am going, yep, 100% level complete. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this stage. I'm going to travel to the third homeworld. Remember, there's only 6, so I'm already like 2/3 of the way through the game. I mean, maybe not that much by percentage, just because the first 2 homeworlds don't have as much stuff in them. But I'm going to travel to the third world, so you can just see what it looks like, and I'll play it another time, probably tomorrow or something. Okay, that requires balloonist. And I did not even take any damage going through that stage. That's nice.
I can't believe how fast. Up aboard for the Magic Crafter's world if you're ready.
Third world. Hour and a half of streaming. That's about how much I figured I would be up for before I'm like, I'm sleepy now, because I am actually kind of tired. I have not had any caffeine since Tuesday. Oh, and the game originally released, there was a little glitch where Spyro's tail would stick out through the back of the balloon. And anyway, here's your third stage. This is your snow stage. Honestly, this stage, this homeworld, I think this is probably my second favorite homeworld in the game, just the homeworld. And this game, sorry, I'm trying to get my thoughts straight. This homeworld has probably at least one of my favorite levels in the whole game. I do really like probably the first stage that I'm going to do. But this is just what it looks like. I just think it's a really nice spot that they drop you into, because you can see the other balloonists, you can see the end of the stage, and you just kind of get a sense of what's coming up. But I do think I am going to cut it here because I am getting a little tired, and I think that's enough streaming for me. And it is almost 3. Dan, I know you need to go do some stuff. But yeah, and the nice thing is the game autosaves, so it should just save me right here, and I can pick up next time, which is cool. So I'm going to quit out of this, and then I'm going to cut the stream here. But thank you all very much for watching, and I will probably stream again another time tomorrow, Sunday, blah-de-blah, whenever I'm able to. Yes, I do have many Godzillas. So you all have a good rest of the day, and if you're planning to get Paper Mario, enjoy Paper Mario! So, and cutting the stream is going to involve me getting up and doing it over on my desktop, so I'm going to go do that now, but you all have a good rest of your day.